Okay, guys, welcome back to Fratelli Podcast, Fratelli Talk. Today, uh, there is a little change because on the graphic, the player, we were six people, but uh, three of us have to pull down for some specific reasons, and fortunately, Manuel was available, and he decided to join us. So now we are four, and thank you and welcome, guys. Welcome, bienvenido, amigo Luis. Luis this is Luis from Interclub Venezuela, and bienvenido, amigo Manuel from Interclub Guatemala. And good to see the sun from your side. Because here in Italy already evening. Welcome, bro, Victor from Nigeria. I don't know, he's the president. Are you still the president, Victor, of Nigeria? No?
Yeah, I see him.
Okay, good. Good to know that. Okay, guys. So let's go to the first part of this. We are going to talk review Intercomo. I'm going first to Luis Cameo. And Luis, in my opinion, Como played good enough, because on the last podcast, most of us were pretty confident it would be easy win 4-0, 4-1, but we saw the result, the final score 2-0. So did you predict the same? You were not in the call with us last week, but did you predict the same?
Well, I think that I agree with you that everybody, or the majority of the people, thought that Como was going to be an easy win for Inter. But I think that, you cannot never underestimate some teams, right? I think if you put yourself into the Como's perspective of how you're going to face the match, you know that you're facing the champions of Italy, you know that you're a young team, young figures. So what do? You have to try to make a strategy to surprise them, And I think Cesc Fabregas, their coach, knowing the game enough, knew that he had to go with high pressure, which was what they did in the first half. And they put us in a lot of, I wouldn't say trouble, but they tried to interrupt our game. They were playing at home, so I think their approach was the smart one, to at least avoid any goals in the first half. Now, when we reach the stage of the second half, 0-0, you start to think about, okay, what's happening? Why is Lautaro not scoring? And we can talk about that later. That Lautaro's last goal has been in Serie A was in November 3rd. Okay, it's been more than a month and a half.
Against Rome, I think, yeah?
Against Venezia.
Venezia?
Yes. I think in November 3rd was the last one of Serie A. The last one of Lautaro in general was versus Leverkusen. That was more recently. That was in December 10th. But the thing is that, I think Como played what they had, that they wanted to play. They got a good result overall, because they put us, our first goal was in minute 48. So we had good chances until the net opens with that goal in the 48th minute from Carlos Augusto. And then we had the late goal from Turan, which was a beautiful, beautiful goal, right? I mean, the shirt off Jello card that we all saw.
Yeah, so there was also a new, yes, there was also a rumor that BP Marotta, together with Janetti, they are scouting. I mean, um, on a player of Como,
Nico Paz.
Nico
Nico
Paz.
Paz.
Nico Paz. Yeah, Nico Paz. So yeah, amigo, Luis, I agree. I totally agree with you. It's like Como as a young team, as a promoted team. It's like they had desire to give surprise to the host, to Inter, to come to the champions of Italy. Yeah, that's why. And also Fabregas just started the job as a coach
Mhm.
last year, but there 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 is a nice statement from Fabregas, because he said that if the Pullman, if the bus of Como could wait me for some minutes,
Yeah.
yes, I would love to talk with Inzaghi.
Yes.
It's to talk with someone, with one of the great coaches,
In
at
Europe. Yeah.
time in
Yes.
Europe, and I
Mhm.
get and yeah, it's like um, a gesture of how how humble is Fabregas, but it's also yeah, we know Inzaghi is a good coach. Yeah, I I was surprised in the beginning, but now I am adapted to see. Yeah, now okay, we have a good coach. Now Inzaghi is good because yeah
So Falco, so Falco, what you're saying is that you jumped into the Insagineta, right?
yeah
You're all welcome. You're all welcome.
I think that happened to many of us, so we are all in the Insagineta now. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I think he deserved that. He deserved that. Initially, Inzaghi has actually been good considering the track record. I felt like the reason why we couldn't win our first league then was because he had not coached maybe a team of that magnitude before. And the Champions League final actually gave them so much, confidence that the way they approach games after then shows that okay, we actually have a new team that's driven. I believe that we can lose any player. Inzaghi, as long as we have Inzaghi, we have Marotta. Inter will still be competitive.
yeah exactly. Okay, okay. Now, I thank you, Luis. I go to Manu, amigo.
Hello.
So we saw together. We saw together that Bastoni played very well, even in the central defense. So not easy. It's not easy. I mean, because we discussed that to see the best shape of Bastoni, he needs to play the left on the left center back. But in
Yeah,
that
definitely.
but in that situation, yeah, Inter was in emergency situation on the defense. So that's why Bastoni, uh, there was no choice. Bastoni had to play on central, but it was very good. So do you see? Can you tell us if there is an improvement in the last matches uh, on the defense? I mean, an improvement because in the beginning of the season,
Yeah, it
Inter
was horrible. Yeah.
was was awful.
Yeah.
So yeah, what is your opinion?
Yeah, so it's good to know that we can trust Bastoni as a full center back. Like we talked about it last episode about how great I really love the defense from our team. I really trust the players that we have, but when we are using Bastoni in the center, we're gonna lose a lot from the exit we may have and the attacking we may have from that side. We all know the quality of the Bastoni's passes into offensive.
he has a few assistants this season. I think that we have like 3 or 4. He's really good with the left foot on the long passes. So I think we're losing a lot by playing him on the center. But if there are no other options, and that's something that we should really be worried about, since they're getting time is going by, and Acerbi, I don't think he's coming back as good as we remember him on the Champions League final. That's something
Yeah.
that really worries me. Like they're not getting any younger. I don't know what happened with De Vrij, but De Vrij is we talk about it, so he's coming back yet again, another Jute, and but they are our primary center defenses, but we should be worried about looking for another one, and the ones we have on the line of defense, they are not really for that job. I think I liked how Bastoni worked, but I would use it only in emergency, since we lose so much by that. And let me think, Carlos Augusto may have played there in
Yeah.
the left. Darmian, even Darmian could play there, but on the center, I don't see any other defense doing that job. So that's something we should really worry about.
Yeah, and Inzaghi also has tried maybe two times. One one time as Bisek as a starter, and
Yeah.
I don't remember which match, but there was match where Inzaghi put Bisek, Bisek on the second half and put Bisek on the center. It's like, I mean, it's like it was a try actually. I mean, it was a try to anticipate because Acerbi was not available. Acerbi is really injured and at that time, but I don't remember which match it was. But yeah, it was a try for Bisek also. So in the situation, only De Vrij is the pure center back, because
Yeah.
Bisek before he used to play on the left center back in his former team.
Yeah, I like him better on the left.
Yeah. Okay. So
I was looking just, Bastoni has 4 assistants this year. So
yeah,
that's a lot.
yeah,
For a defense, that's a lot.
yeah, that's a lot. I mean, it's difficult to find a profile center back like Bastoni. Bastoni is very complete center back. When you have a center back that can do can give you a good pass, good cross from the left, no, diagonale. That's a big advantage in my opinion. Okay, now going to Victor. Okay,
Just,
Prego.
just a quick note on, since we're talking about the defenders. Good news is that both Pavard and Acerbi are expected to come back for the Supercopa. Okay,
Oh, that's great
Okay.
news.
so that is the latest I got from the news. Pavard and Acerbi, I repeat, are back in the Supercopa Italiana early in January. I don't think they will necessarily play, but they will fit. They will be fit to, in the bench at least. So that's good news, because as you've been seeing, the improvement of the defenders have been picking up. So the bridge is playing way better. Jan Bisek, to me, he's going to be a future very well established defender. I think you can see some mental errors, and he's very young, so he still sometimes loses a concentration in one play, and you can see like, oh, I don't like this, but overall you have to think, he's still a kid, it's but with very, very good potential. So that's the good news for the defense. Both players will be back, and with the level that the Bridge have been showing, and again, Pavard and Acerbi will be good. Will be good. That's just what I wanted to say.
Would you sell Bisek?
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. There's a long. I could give you a long answer, but the short one is Oak Tree is looking for youngsters
Youngsters, yeah.
and that have potential and future value. So, if you see that video that Marotta was telling in the interview in Christmas about what Oak Tree guidelines are in the future markets, etc. Because us as fans, we always want the next super crack in our teams, right? That are worth $80 million. And what Marotta is saying, we're not going for that. We're not going to buy the expensive guys. We're going to buy the young kids who are going to show value in the future. So if you read between the lines, what they're looking is for the next Varela, for the next Jan Bisek, for the next Lautaro Martinez, and for the next Bastoni, which are kids who were purchased not at their medium value, but the low value, and then now they have triple or four, quadruple their market value. So that's what they're aiming for. That's why they like Nico Paz, because if you buy Nico Paz right now, and he explodes as Zanetti is thinking and the rest of the scouts are thinking, you're going to get that super value on him, Richie is another one. People are talking a lot about it, but Richie has other people behind him, so we'll know. We'll see if that's going to be an option or not, because we have a big issue with midfielders. We have so much quality in the midfield that even Fratesi has been a question mark whether he's going to be happy being benched so much. He's already hinted in one post match that he says he wants more minutes. What else? What else am I supposed to be doing? I'm scoring and still in the bench. So there's a lot of rumors about that. Now the new rumor is Çalhanoğlu. Are you going to go to Bayern? Now he's talking about the scout, maybe not wanting to go to Bayern, saying it's all about Inter. Same with Turan. So it's interesting time, guys. But remember, it's all about financial stability and wins. So if you sell one of these players, you're just gaining money to buy maybe new talent, but hopefully we keep the squad because it's very good.
Yeah. I just read some news a few hours ago that I mean for the transfer, yeah, for the mercato, and Marotta said we won't we won't sign any players, any free transfer. I mean free agent players with the high salary. But the important thing is the mix between the young talents and experienced players. But we are not going to do to do some signings like a la Acerbi, a la Darman. No, maybe he was talking, but it was not very clear to me. I don't know what do you think, guys, but maybe he was talking about uh, in the term of the age, because you know that Darmian is aging, Acerbi is aging, and maybe some profiles, some players that a little bit younger than Acer, maybe 30, 31, 32, 33. Some players who are, yeah, not too old, not too old. I mean, under 33, let's say. No, not older.
Yeah, but there's a key word, Falco, that Marotta used, which is mayormente. That's key. He said mayormente. He's very smart. He's telling you, we're gonna buy youngsters, mayormente, okay, giovane. Watch out for
Mostly.
that. Watch out for that word. That's Marotta's master class. If
Yeah.
in case Acerbi leaves and he needs an experienced defender, he's gonna bring it. That doesn't mean, and then people will say like, "Come on, they're saying youngsters. Why are they bringing this 32-year-old?" He said mayormente. Watch out for that, okay? So he covered his back right there because the strategy as a whole is to buy youngsters, but you could still bring one or two, mature players to reinforce the team. That can happen. So don't be surprised if that happens. I'm going to throw this one to the team here in the call. And this is purely a speculation. There's no news about this. There's no rumors. Don't go in the internet. It's not there.
Okay.
But if we sell Çalhanoğlu, which I don't like it, I would not like to do that. But if we sell Çalhanoğlu, you would see Marotta going for Tonali. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's-
But considering the fact that if you look at the age difference, it's not really that much. We have zero reason to say Çalhanoğlu, consider the fact that he didn't want to leave. And what BP said is actually, it has been something on my mind for like a year ago. And Octree, we are first team. If you observe something, when Inter is playing first 11, you sit in front of your TV or at the stadium more relaxed. You know that this game is going to actually is going to be very competitive regardless of any team in the world. So, but I believe that aside of the first 11, where we have Lautaro, Thuram, where we have Mkhitaryan, Barella, Çalhanoğlu, every other player aside that first 11 should be youngsters. And why do we have the capacity to do that? Because number one of our forte is that we have a coach that is actually technically sound. Once it is a youngster that fits into the needed potentials. I always say something. I say, for me, I don't care about if I'm coaching a team, in my right back, just give me someone that can run and that can cross. So once you can easily guess, then you can actually now create the player into your custom need. So for us, aside our first 11, every other, we don't need Anatovic that is old aging for, like, we want like Bisek, we want Palacios, we want players like that should be after our first 11, all should be youngsters. And that will actually help us in the future. In the next 4 or 5 years, is going to actually increase our financial capacity and even the team. So it's not going big. I like what Marotta said, that not like the winning team has to be composed of the experienced players and the youngsters, but at least we don't have to buy experienced players unnecessarily, which is what will actually help us a lot. So, but unfortunately, sincerely, for me personally, I hate mercatos. When I see mercatos, I just want them to go, like, you hear different rumors, like even the ones that are not really feasible, it can never happen. We know that Inter is not going to sell Lautaro, but you will be hearing it in tabloids, in newspapers. Çalhanoğlu is not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere.
Victor, enjoy the holidays because we have 30 days of Mercato coming up.
Yeah, lots of rumors.
30 days of high blood pressure and rumors.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate Mercato. I hated those months.
No, I agree with you, Victor. What I was saying about Çalhanoğlu is, and I think we all agree, nobody wants to sell Çalhanoğlu. Why would we sell Çalhanoğlu? Nobody wants to sell Thuram. Why we would sell Thuram right now? The problem is, if an offer comes and then you see a big price tag there, and then the management starts thinking, well, it's 100 million, wow, what can we do with 100 million? Can we change 2 players for 1? And that kind of stuff. I'm not going to speculate, but that's what could happen. Now, on the contrary, I would see like Thuram, for example, which is becoming our top striker. He's becoming our star of the season. He's now taking the team on his shoulders, basically, in a way. And I know Lautaro is our captain, and Lautaro will be back. I'm sure of that. But Thuram is taking a very starring role right now. So what happens is an offer could come forward. The the patience that I feel is because Lilian Thuram, who played for many years in Italy, can tell his son, "Look, son, you can make it. You can still make it from here because what he wants is a starring role in the French team." Okay, and I
Yeah.
think in the French team there's a lot of talent, a lot of competition, you know. But if you're the Italian champion, if you're the capocannonieri, like now he's disputing for that, why wouldn't he have a starring role in his French squad, right? So I think he can stay put, but there's always going to be something in the mind about, well, what if I don't get a highlight here? Maybe I go to Premier League, you know, and if there's a big and you know that Premier League teams are the ones that can come forward with a big check. So
Yeah.
that's my only concern. Other than that, I think we're good as we are, and just buy younger players. That's it.
Yeah, anything can happen actually. That's why I got your point, Luis. And about Tonali also there's possibility Marotta is unpredictable unpredictable gap, you know. Okay, but it's good. The transfer window is coming, and Marot, I I read some Marotta. Marotta said we are not going to sign any players in January. Do you guys believe that, Victor? Do you believe that,
Is to we can have a content of
Victor?
Yeah, okay, I'm here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I didn't hear the last sentence.
Okay, no, I read some news that Marotta said not going to sign any players in January. Do you believe that?
Yeah, I believe it. You know, sincerely, I always tell people something that you don't need we as fans, we want to have all our top players. But for me, if I was Marotta, I will not go into the market to actually go to buy someone except there is situational, exemplary situation. Because so far, so good. We know that our first 11 can compete against anything. You know, we might be concerned about Achebi age and recent injury. It's not usual. And, that central defense, one of the reasons why Achebi is good in that is experience. Givraj has also proven his experience is actually very useful in that place. So I would like someone to just convince me where we need someone in our team, in our first 11. In the wing back, in the full backs, we have Carlos Agustos. We have TJ is back. We have Damian. We have
Yeah.
Damian. In the front, we have Teremi, who has actually, I believe he will do well in the second half of the year. We have Teremi, we still have Anatovic. That's the only thing I feel. If you sell Anatovic, you can buy someone else. In the middle, we already start defense. We have Palacios, which I believe from the usage in Coppa Italia, he will get confidence. Then he can actually even rise in the pecking order, either
Yeah.
ahead of the Vrij, So I don't see where we don't have any urgent need to buy a player. But if we see a youngster in the market that is very promising, we can sweep in. But for me, I don't see a need to change anything. We have players that want to play in time. TJ needs playing time. Aslani needs playing time. Zelensky is a good player, need playing time. Pratesi needs playing time. Teremi needs playing time. Even Carlos Augusto, he has been very good in his playing time. Damian has not been bad. He's very decent. Pavard is going to be back, who is a very decent player. De Vrij, if the right is fit, you can also still depend on him and still guns for victory. So we have players that need playing time. So even our second keeper need playing time. So I think we are good. We should only go in for exceptional talents that we can't afford to lose. And if you can replace Anatovic, but based on what I hear, based on what I read, they said Anatovic has so much impact in the dressing room as a leader, which teams like Milan don't have. they wouldn't have won the league without Ibrahimovic, even though the sporting impact is not really that much, but being a leader. So why I wasn't there? We don't have Oriali again. We need someone that connects with the team. Ivan Atovic is doing that based on what I am reading. We don't. Those are the things we don't see, but that are so impactful on the team. Then we should keep him. Then we can do well as long as we don't have any unexpected injury.
Yeah, because there is still a rumor also about Jacabiol, and I don't think he's good for Inter. But I saw also the interview between Mima from Sempre Inter. Mima is in the group actually with Jacabiol, and he asked, so how do you feel with the news in these days? Because the news said is uh, Inter has an interest on you with you. Fabiola, in football, you always hear you always hear this kind of things anytime, anywhere. So I cannot say anything. He just responds like that. But I mean, Javier is not a good profile for Inter. I mean, not to the project. Maybe not the. I don't know. At the moment, I have no idea. But if I have to mention a name of a defender, I have no idea because yesterday I sent to the group that Jonathan Tah is going to Barcelona, not to Inter. So it's okay. Okay. Do you have anything to say, guys, for the transfer window that's will be opening soon? And if no, we can go to the second part, Cagliari Inter.
Mhm.
Okay.
No, just like you were saying, we need to. I don't think we need any transfers right now. Just placing the ones that are not playing, the two strikers, Correa and Arnautovic. Maybe keep Arnautovic for what just said, but Joaquin Correa, I don't think we're getting rid of him. And the midfield, it really worries me about Fratesi. Fratesi, it's a starter in the national team, so I don't think he's staying much if he doesn't start playing. And the only way I see him playing is an injury by Mickey or Nico Varela. So I I I, I don't like that how this looks. I think he's gonna be or our sale for summer, not on winter, but on summer maybe, and that could be he
There
could
is
be going away.
yeah, there is a
Our
possibility.
painful sale, we said.
Yeah. Okay.
One thing
Any
to
other
keep in
comments?
mind, just last thing, one thing to keep in mind is when Marotta was on Juventus, he tried to build Juventus around the national team. So you see
Yeah.
that the majority of Italians that were playing on the Azzurra were Juve players.
Mhm.
He's right now trying to construct that, and he's been trying to construct that since the past 3 years. That's why you have Barella. That's why you have Bastoni. You have now Acerbi, who also made
Okay.
it to the national team.
Okay. Yeah.
Fratesi. So one of the reasons why he brings Fratesi is because of that. You have the pillar of the Italian squad.
Yeah.
And that's why although we don't need him because we don't need him with the players that we have, that's why in the back of my mind thinks that but Marotta is unexpected. So don't discard the fact that he would be putting an eye on Tonali if it's true that Tonali wants to come back to Italy. Because what he knows is the quality of that player, and he won't like, although we don't need him today, he would not like to face him as an opposite player, as a rival player.
Yeah,
Now,
that's a huge term. Yeah,
that is why I mentioned, Tonali as a possible candidate, But I agree fully with Manuel and Victor. We don't need to be, reshuffling too many pieces. I think the back of the attacking is a concern because Arnautovic and Correa are not delivering the goals that we need. And if we aim to go far in the Champions League, especially, I think for Italy, we're good as we are. But for the Champions League, we need more attacking power. We need more goals if we want to really make it far. So that's why I think that maybe something can happen. But like I always tell my friends, that is always dependent on how we can manage to sell or loan or just finish the contract of one of the players. Because if we cannot, then we're stuck with them at least until the summer.
Yeah, I think so. I agree. I totally agree. We are not going to sign any players in January. Maybe, yeah,
And it's okay.
it's okay. So okay, I think it's enough for the first part, and let's go to the second part as main this of this story. I will share my screen. Wait, little bit. Okay. Okay. Going back to Ruiz. At the moment, Inter together with Atlanta, but Inter have one game on hand. Okay. Inter played 16 matches. Atlanta 17. But goal score is the same, 42. I mean, and Atlanta at the moment are the most productive teams in Serie A. And also goals conceded because in the last matches Inter we saw a big improvement on the defense, and Cagliari have a bad statistic on that. So how do you see this match? Yeah, you consider also some players who are injured, and Pavard and Acerbi are still out for this match. So how do you see this match with Cagliari by seeing this statistics, this comparison?
Well, if I give you my FIFA PlayStation prediction, it's a 5-0 Inter win, right? But because it's not FIFA PlayStation, I can tell you that this is a perfect match for Inzaghi to rest some players, gives minutes, like Victor was saying, to other bench players. And the reason for that is very simple. Cagliari has come from 3 straight losses. Okay, their last 3 matches have been losses. Now, one detail that I want you to observe, they played Fiorentina, and Fiorentina beat them 1-0. They played Atalanta, and Atalanta beat them 1-0. Okay? So if you're thinking that we're going to score 10 times, I would think again, So this tells me, just with those 2 matches, that they may be presenting a good defense. Maybe they're not going to score any goals, but they're going to defend themselves as much as they can. They're also playing at home. And if Inzaghi is rotating a little bit of the squad, this could be an easy win, easy like the Como match, where we make the advantage, we score the goals, and it opens. One thing to notice about this Inter this year specifically is that anytime that we go ahead in the score with the first goal, after the first goal, the team switches and jumps. It goes into a 5th gear, all of a sudden. And the very first 10 or 15 minutes, they seem slow most of the time. They seem like, they're still in the locker room. Sometimes we even got some struggles. I remember 1 or 2 games where we had received a goalpost kick, by surprise, in the first 5 minutes of the game, and the defense was completely asleep. So if we pass those first minutes and then we start to get our time and score first, then this could be an open match. So in other words, I expect, to be honest, a 2-0 Inter win. That's my prediction.
Okay, 2-0 Inter win. So, okay, amigo. So now I go to Manuel. Manu. So
Yeah.
by seeing this predicted lineup, so let's talk about the Inter side. Okay, the Inter side. So Bastoni is expected to play still on the central defensor, on the central.
Okay.
Okay, so how do you see it? Okay, Augusto is improving. It's like his first goal, Augusto against Lazio, is his first goal for Inter. I mean, at Inter, yeah, against Lazio, and he scores again against Monza, and he was selected as the player of match for Intercomo. Sorry, yeah, Intercomo. So how do you see the defense? Still the same with Intercomo game. How do you see that?
Okay. Well, as you said, we see Bastoni yet again in the center, so it's okay. He made a good last game there, so I would keep it. That's great. Carlos Augusto I'm really liking Carlos Augusto. He goes on the forward very good, very fast, and he's coming back. I think he improved a lot since his Turkey trip to the hair. So that's giving him superpowers, and I'm really into it. So that's just great. Um, I see too many starters here. I think Inzaghi is making maybe a few more rotations, or maybe he will do it just after the first goal, as you said. Because I noticed the same thing that you said. The last Cagliari games weren't that easy for the other team. They were close. Like Fiorentina is playing really good, and just one goal playing there. Atalanta, we know how Atalanta is playing. Juventus, well, whatever. So it's not that easy. I don't think.
Coppa Italia with Juventus. It's
Yeah, it
different.
was Coppa Italia, right? Yeah, I didn't remember seeing that one. But I don't think it's gonna be that easy. But if Inzaghi is starting the game with these players, I think we should do that. That's getting one goal and then letting other players have more minutes. But I don't think it's as you said, as we said, it's not that easy. It's not FIFA.
Yeah, but because it's difficult also to face a team who the teams fighting from the relegation. I mean, yeah, we saw Inter against Venezia only 1-0. Inter against uh, what's another team in the relegation zone other than Como, yeah, Como in the middle. I don't remember very well, but yeah, Inter won the game, but the performance was not good as we expected. But that that happens. This kind of thing
And just
happens.
let me say something more, please. Dumfries. I just want to say that Dumfries is playing at his highest level since he renewed. We're so happy about it. I really thought we were gonna sell him, and he's really. I don't remember seeing him at a top player like we're right now. So I'm glad he's being starter.
Yeah. Since the renewal, Denzel is playing very very good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was I was I was also one of one of maybe some people who wanted to say sell Denzel is okay.
Yeah, I was one of those actually. Yeah.
Denzel is
I,
not.
myself too. I wanted him to be so.
Yeah.
I've always loved his athleticism, but I believe that okay, he needed to add maybe like some IQ to it, which he has improved on. But you can't doubt that he can run. He has good speed, but make ability to make some very good technical decisions is what was lacking. And he has improved greatly on it.
Okay, so Luis, do you have a comment for the lineup as you see as you're seeing here for the predicted lineup? Luis, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, Falco.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do you have any opinions for for the lineup? Because it looks like Inzaghi is taking serious this match.
Yeah, I mean, if this lineup is true, I mean, if we go with this, um, two comments. First, he's looking to score fast and maybe rest the players once we are up. That could be a strategy. But I think that we could rotate easily because we have a strong team. So we could be using Fratesi here. We could be using even Aslani. We could be using Buchanan's. So we could rotate more. Maybe even Correa a little bit just to give some rest to Turam or Lautaro. I know that the coach has been very clear that he wants more minutes of Lautaro because he wants to help him with the scoring and the confidence. So I think it's logical that Lautaro does start on this match, but I would rest Turan for a while. Maybe that's just me. Maybe others were thinking, no, let's start with Turan just to kick off that first goal, and then we can open the game. Like I said earlier, if we go with a very conservative high rotation mode, the game could complicate because Cagliari has not been easy to. I mean, they're showing a good defense, is what I'm saying. So the game could be close, and you don't want to risk these 3 points. The 3 points have to be in the bag. So maybe what Inzaghi is thinking is the opposite. Okay, this team is defending well, so let me go with a full arsenal. Let me score 2, 3 goals, and then I can rest whatever players I can. Okay, and with that, I'm just gonna say, take a look at our team, guys. I want you to seriously look at those front two lines. Okay, now stand yourself as a Cagliari defender. Okay, and think that heading your way is coming Turan, Lautaro, Dumfries, Barella, Chalanoglu, Mkhitaryan, and Di Marco. Who is going to score the goal, guys? the 7 players have been, any one of those 7 can score for you. Now, because Augusto doesn't want to, be too far out, he scored twice as well, right? So he's playing in the defending side. Then Bastoni is making perfect crosses for those headers, as we've seen a couple times. And even Bisek has perfect dribbling skills to come to you. So how do you stop this team? It's amazing. So maybe that's what Inzaghi is thinking about. I just go full blast, score 2 goals, and then rest. So hopefully we have a no stress result tomorrow. That's what we're hoping.
Okay.
Let me
Victor,
see when is next Inter game, so I can see if they can have a decent rest. Next Inter game is against Atalanta. It's
yeah.
January 2.
Victor, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, Victor. So leave us some comment for Tajon Buchanan. Do you prefer him playing on the right or on the left?
For me, I prefer him on the left. I
Left.
prefer him on the left, and he has actually been quite. Uh, I think he plays both decently. He has not done anything exceptionally well, you know. Normal, he uses both legs. He has not done anything exceptionally from maybe from a particular side that I can say, oh, I can confine him to here because he crossed better here. He's good with speed, and so far, and he caught in from the left very well. But I feel like he can do best. He can do well on both sides. He has not done anything to. It will just be maybe emotionally decision to say, okay, be on the left or be on the right, or maybe availability of players. But he is good with speed. He takes on his players, but he has not done anything to actually attribute him to a particular side.
Yeah, because the last time against Como, he played against Como, no, if I'm not mistaken. Against Como, he played on as a sub on the right, so but it didn't work well. Uh, I also prefer him playing on the left. What do you think, amigos, Luis and Manu, about Tajon?
I think he could play on the left too. I agree with Victor. I like him more on the left. Although he has the speed to play on the right as well. But yeah, I don't know if I would start him. Um, if I'm thinking about the player, not so much on the team, I would start him because I think Buchanan needs that confidence. He needs one
Yeah,
opportunity to start a game and not just to go in the last 10 minutes, you know. When I see him getting into the team, into the game, sorry, 10, 15 minutes, it's almost like, okay, I'm just going to run a little bit and that's it. You know, it's just like a training scrimmage and not a real responsibility. I think he needs to feel a little more, a minute one start and where he can give that chance to make that difference. And by the way, we've also forgotten in the middle, Zielinski. Okay, Zielinski has done a tremendous job. And one thing that was commented last time is that because Çalhanoğlu was hurt and he was coming back from the injury, etc., Zielinski was forced to play as a five. And that's very important because he said he doesn't like that position too much. But if I think about Brozovic and even Çalhanoğlu, they didn't like that position either. But if you do it well, my friend, you have the future guaranteed. It's like heaven, you know. I mean, you are the new, virtuoso of the team. So I think Zielinski would be very smart to understand that if the coach wants him there, just go there, because he has the skills. Did you see
wow.
that little sombrerito that he did to on that play to go to Hakan, I think it was, or
Yeah, it was
Lautaro?
beautiful.
That was beautiful. He's super smart player, and that's the guys that we need. So
Yeah. One thing that he needs to improve is his physical.
yeah.
Zelensky is technical, very very technical player, but sometimes he has problem with the physical problem. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, that's the story uh, of his problems. I mean, in when he was at Napoli, that it was like that also.
Yeah.
And yeah, amigo Manu, how do you think?
Hey,
Uh,
about Buchanan,
yeah,
about Zielinski,
but Buchanan, yeah,
Buchanan. I'm not sure. Is he left-footed? I
no,
think
it's
he's
not
right.
right footed. Yeah,
I think he's both footed. I don't know. He's good at both sides.
Yeah, I
no,
think
it's right
he is.
with the
Well,
name. Yeah.
I have most of him. I saw it at the national team at Canada in CONCACAF. So it's really fast. It's really good for this level. I think he needs to grow on confidence, and he's one of the players to stay to become the next Carlos Augusto, the next Dumfries. but I think we're gonna be seeing the best of him on a few years. The problem right now is that we're not having so many spare minutes since Coppa Italia. If you see, we don't have any left easy games. All the teams in Coppa Italia right now are really good, so I don't think we're gonna be playing like easy teams, easy games. Serie A is gonna be tight. If you see the top 3, 4 teams, I don't think we're gonna have much minutes there. And Champions League, we just said it has to be our priority. So that's the problem I see right now. To not be able to rotate as much as we would like to, and as these players would like to play more.
Okay. Just okay. Victor, amigo, Victor.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Now, okay, before going to the score prediction, even Luis said his prediction. We go to score prediction, but before that, let's see. Because tomorrow, many matches. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Like, okay, there is an important match for Inter. Lazio Atalanta.
Yes.
That's Atalanta. It's gonna be a good game. I want to see that one.
Victor,
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
how do you see that? How do you see that Lazio Atalanta? Please say your prediction, not your hope, not your wish. Your prediction.
For Lazio Atalanta,
Please, be objective. Okay.
I think it's going to be 2-2.
Is it a prediction or your
Yeah,
hope?
prediction 2-2.
Me too. Just so you do think Lazio can stop.
Yeah, no, the advantage is they are at home. Lazio has actually been decent until they played us. And when you look at Atalanta team with their last game, they won, but by not really that very convincing. I believe that Atalanta team is actually getting tired. They are already currently overachieving based on the squad they have. They won't be there for long. So, and I believe that if they are going to drop points in the recent time, it's going to be now. But I still believe they should take 1 point out of Rome.
Yeah, also by considering Lazio beat Napoli 2 times in a week. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Not underestimate Lazio. Because they are hosting the game. They are hosting Atalanta at the Olimpico. Yeah, let's hope Lazio do us a favor for that. A favor. Okay, 2-2. Okay, Luis, I'm going to you. Let's see our competitors in this year. Okay, in this Napoli Venezia. Do you think easy win for Napoli, Luis?
Napoli Venezia.
Hmm.
Yeah, Napoli will win that one.
Okay.
Napoli should win with their scarce football of with their 1-0 format.
1-0, Conte style. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pre-format football that they're playing. So I don't see anything different there. And they're playing at home too, so it should be a win for them.
Yeah, it's logic. But I don't know. I have a feeling that Venezia can take care.
Yeah, well, but Venezia is going to go for it, right? Venezia is a team that can surprise. The thing with this type of matches is that even with our matches, but it's different a little bit for teams like Inter and Atalanta, just because of the high power of attack that we have. You just gotta see the goal average on each team. Atalanta has scored 42 goals in the season, okay? And Inter has scored 42 goals in the season. That's the highest scoring team. you know. So even when you're facing a rival that seems easy, that can complicate you a match, you always have that extra power to, overpower them and beat them. That's different for Napoli, because Napoli has only 26 goals. Take a look at that. 42 versus 26. Okay. So if a team is inspired, let's say tomorrow Venezia shows up, they have one lucky goal, one auto goal. Oh, Napoli, I want to see you come back from that one, because now you have to actually play football, right? That's what I want to see. But we haven't seen that yet. The time that starts to happen, and teams start to realize that Napoli is not the Napoli that was champion, then you start to see them falling down, But if you give them the ball, you let them dominate, speculate the whole game, they'll score on you one goal, and then that's the 1-0 that they're gonna get. So that's the different mentality between Conte and Inzaghi as well. It's a different vision. It's a high maintenance goals of, Conte knows he doesn't have the Inter that he used to have, so he has to just score and protect, score and defend. That's all he's going to do. He's not going to go for your 4-0s. He doesn't have the capacity.
Okay. So let's hope also for Venezia can do something, because they're not playing bad actually. They're playing football.
Yeah.
The problem is the players that they have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Amigo Manu, other two matches before going to the score prediction. Juventus host Fiorentina. How do you see that?
Juventus Fury is gonna be a close one. I don't know. These Juventus guys are so lucky, Every now and then I've seen one game of them, and it's like they're playing horrible. Their goalkeeper is the star of the game, and then suddenly one goal from Juventus and one penalty, and that's it. So I don't know. I wouldn't put money on it, but I think Fiore might do something.
And also, Venezia deserve to win against Juventus.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's the one I'm keeping on mind right now. So these guys are so lucky. I don't know if that is gonna be enough, but Fiore, if one, but Juventus, let me see the table. It's not really a contender right now.
Okay,
let me check. Sixth place, but well, it's actually close because it's just a few points away.
Yeah, so wait a minute, yeah.
If Fiorentina can get a draw, that would be great for me. That I would settle for a draw there.
Yes, the draw is good for Inter.
Yeah, that would be the best.
So a big question, guys, to you. So, in your opinion, which team are in the title race in the season? What, Luis, you can go first.
Who is in the title race?
Yeah.
Well, clearly, to me, it's going to be the top three that you see right now on the table. Okay.
Okay.
Inter, Atalanta, and Napoli. Those to me, that's going to be the long-term, let's say, the long-term race. I don't see Lazio keeping up with the pace. They're playing good football, but they're eventually going to have some faults of depth. Is all about the squad depth. Look at what we have been facing. We faced injuries of almost all our defense, and we're still up there with one less game. So we're technically on first place, we could say, even with around the crisis, two main crises: a defense crisis and a Lautaro scoring crisis. Okay, if you want to call that a crisis, but even then, you still see that team up there. Now, again, the scoring power to me is important. We started a very concerning season with allowing a lot of goals against us. And now that's been under control. You can check the last 5, 6 matches of Inter. We received 0 or 1 goal at the most. So except the Bayer Leverkusen match, which was a little bit out there and was unfortunate to lose in the last minute, we've been playing very, very good defense. So in the long term, I think Inter is going to succeed. And those were the two main rivals. Atalanta, because they're playing beautiful football, they have a lot of attacking power, and you have to play like Inter play them. You know, we scored 4 on Atalanta because we just overpower them. Okay, you want to attack? Let's go all in. You know, and once you score on them, then they start to crumble because the defense is not as good. Napoli on the other side, they're just speculating football. And they're playing that Allegri ball, which is the 1-0 results, and try to keep on pace and just crossing their fingers to try to that the others fail, right? That's why it's kind of important. I know it was unfortunate what happened to Eduardo Bov on the field on that Fiorentina game, but if it's all about timing. If we play Fiorentina that match, it was going to be a tough match because Fiorentina was in top shape right there.
Yeah.
When we and the game was suspended. Maybe we would have won it, but who knows? You know, we could have lost it too because they were at top form. Now the match that we're going to face with Fiorentina is going to be in a different month where we expect Fiorentina. Now they're already in 5th place. They're going down. So I think that Fiorentina is not going to be the same, and we're going to have more chances to score those 3 points as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And also they lost also in two last matches in Serie A, against Udinese and against Bologna. So yeah, that's bad. So
That's good.
do you have same opinions about the contenders, about the competitors?
You know, I'm really worried about Napoli. I know Conte teams used to fall on the second part of the league, but Napoli right now is a serious contender since the number of games ahead. Napoli is no longer on Coppa Italia, is no on European competition, no Champions, no Europa League. So all they have to do is Serie A. That means fewer games, fewer injuries. So I don't like how they are playing, but they are a serious contender for this. And any team that may get some points from Napoli, I would really appreciate it. So that's something that they are the most that worries me in this season. Atalanta is playing really good, as you said, as Luis said, but it's all about offense. They have no defense, and you can't win championships just by scoring goals. We know that. We're lucky to be this high on the standings with the horrible start that we had with so many goals. So I think we're good. As Luis said, top 3 are gonna be the serious contenders. And let's see.
You don't consider Juventus as a competitor.
They are lucky, but just that. I don't think maybe next year Thiago Motta may do something right, but as his first year there, I wouldn't be expecting much of him.
Okay. Victor. Hello, Victor.
Yeah, I'm here. I think for me, it's not based on emotion or based on the fan base. I feel like Inter is still the undisputed favorite, even considering how we played badly beginning of the season. See where we are. With one game in hand, we are practically in first position. By the time we win our game 79, if the game is to come now, and Napoli are very good contender because they are playing one game a season, but they are actually lacking in scoring goals. They've been winning some lucky games and in defense too. They need a player like him back at all costs. So I think this corner mercato will actually mean a lot. If Napoli can get a striker, like getting like a striker of capacity of Osimhen back and a good defender, they will be right there with Inter. If Atalanta can get a good defender, they'll be right there with Inter. So, but for now, we are still those two teams will lose. They will start losing matches. I think Inter has actually lost its own matches. They've had their own woeful performance at the beginning of the season. It's their time now. It's the other team time now. So, and we are actually doing better game by game. We are doing better. Our players are getting better. So,
Lovely.
but I see that, but those factors, but I'll put those two teams right behind us if they can do those things in their transfer in the mercato.
So, you don't also, sorry, you don't consider Juventus, no,
You said
Lazio,
I should consider
they are out from the title race.
Juventus, no. Morta's first year, they are struggling to score, and the injury to their defense. You know what actually kept them up there is actually initial forte of their defense. But after the injury to Bremer, it actually exposed them a lot. Even Bremer won't just come back and just be like Madini all over. If they still don't solve their number 9 issue, but when I look there, who is the 9 that they can buy? I don't see anyone that can actually change Juventus' fortune now. It has to still be Mota. Mota is the project, and the project will actually take a year at least before it starts getting results. He's the most secure coach now, but he's not doing well. But I believe that they signed him not for now, not to win Scudetto right now. So I believe next year should do something different.
Yeah, but it's funny if you see the zero here, they are still unbeaten. But it's funny.
I think I don't know how they do that, but they will be beating Mercedes team maybe very soon.
Inter could the first team to beat them, but Inter defense at that time was awful.
That was a horrible game for Inter defense.
Yeah, it was one of our it was one of our poor game. Their game and against Milan. Against them, I think it's just Zelensky diverged miscommunication. That was supposed to be like an easy peasy game to win. But I give it to them, even though they've been unbeaten by luck. But they can't hold that for a very long time.
Okay. So, do you have guys any things to add before going to the last section of this call? Something to add? No, before going to the score ready.
Just one last thing. The race will be defined in February. That's the critical month.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I think every season, every year, in February we will see the the most
And I think something too that's very important is Inter needs to forgo Coppa Italia. The next Coppa Italia, they should start against Atalanta. We should start all Zelensky, Fratesi, Aslani. We can't. Champions League is important. The Scudetto is important. We should forgo. Not like we are forgoing that we want to lose, but we should play Korea and Atovic, play all those players against Atalanta. We need to forgo Coppa Italia for us to cement our actually position in the favorite for the Scudetto.
So I agree with it.
Yeah. So February, yeah, that's right, Luis. I mean, February is the moment when the moment where we can see the
Check out check out the calendar. The calendar. We're playing Monaco, Milan, Lazio, Fiorentina, Juventus, Genoa, and Napoli, all in a
Yeah,
row. Okay,
yeah, it's horrible.
that is when we need to be on the top form.
So,
Sagi knows that. January, the good thing is that January, it should be an easy month, easy, quote unquote, where you can just balance the rotations, get the wins, get the points, trying to maintain yourself out there. Hopefully, by the end of January, if we have a little bit of a gap in the top, then you have some maneuverability, especially against Napoli. As we said, they're only playing for Serie A. So that's going to be critical. And I agree with Victor. If we have to sacrifice something, let's sacrifice Coppa Italia. You go with a good rotation on the first match. If you make it to a final, then you play with your full star squad, right? But if you don't, I mean, let's give a chance to our guys um, to gain some strength and to be good for the February month, which is the critical one.
exactly. Okay. Victor, can you turn on your camera?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go to the prediction. You go first, Victor. Say yours.
For Inter Cagliari, on paper, it's actually meant to be easy peasy, but Pasa Inter, but considering, I think it should be 2-0 in favor of Inter. Barella will be scoring a screamer.
Do you expect Lautaro scoring tomorrow?
I wish, but not. I don't see that. But I think I'm starting off Barella. I wish it's not like I expected him to score against Como. I didn't see why he shouldn't. They were setting the ball for him, but now I already see Barella scoring.
So who is the first scorer? In
I
your
think
opinion?
Barella. Yeah.
Yes. I missed that. Luis, was scores 3 or score 0, you say?
Yeah, I didn't get that.
No, Luis. I mean, Luis,
Okay.
2-0.
2-0. Okay, another 2-0. The scorer?
The scorer, Thuram.
Turan.
I think Thuram is on fire, guys, and Thuram is going to go for that Capocannonieri now. He's going full blast to that. His confidence level just rose a lot, so I think he will be scoring tomorrow again.
Yeah, and also Retigio at the moment is injured, so let's hope
Yeah.
Turan can go ahead. I mean, for the Capocannoniere in the season. Okay, Lautaro is practically missing in this season.
Yeah, yeah.
Amigo, Manu, tell us yours. 3-0.
3-0. Yeah, 3-0.
Oh,
The
marcador
opener, Çalhanoğlu penalty.
para no.
That's gonna be the opener on the second half. Then
Okay.
comes Thuram and Lautaro. I have faith.
Okay, Lautaro. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I
My
believe in Lautaro.
My prediction is another 2-0. Another 2-0, and I don't see Lautaro scoring. Tomorrow I put then Di Marco. Sorry, Di Marco as first scorer. Yeah. Okay, guys. Victor, can you turn on camera, Victor? So
I'm eating Christmas meat, and I don't want to,
Merry Christmas.
So, I'm eating Christmas meat, so that I had to turn my camera, so
okay.
so it won't distract you.
No, just now we are going. No, we are closing now.
Okay.
Yes, thank you I think it's enough. Thank you guys for your time, for your availability, and I want to say to all of you, to all friends around the world, hermanos del mundo, fratelli del mondo, brothers of the world, uh, Merry Christmas to all of you who are celebrating. Okay, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Natal, Buon Natale, and yeah, let's hope for the best with Inter. I think Inter is still the favorite to win this one. And the last word, sempre Forza Inter, and ciao guys.
Yeah, separate for the entire. Ciao.
Guys, Forza Inter.
Cosa entra?